In this video, I will go over localization of the default authorization agent UI that is included in SAI.js. As we can see at this moment, the interface is in English. If we go to settings, we can see English is selected and it will default to the language set in your web browser. So if it's available, otherwise English will be used as default. As you can see, we can select another language. There are only two languages available now, but there's also a translation project I will explain at the end of this video. What's probably the most important is how it works on the authorization screen. So I will now just use a client ID to open authorization screen. And as you see, we can see an authorization screen that uses data from shape tree descriptions and access need descriptions, both of which also include localization features. Since both the shape tree descriptions and access need descriptions are available in English, they are just shown here in English because that's the language selected for the UI. I will go away from here and now I will change the English language to Polish. As you see, the interface is changing. And if we go back to authorization screen, now you can see that there are no Polish descriptions for the shape tree and or access needs. And usually access needs are made for specific shape trees. So whoever is making access need descriptions would make sure that there are common one with the shape tree descriptions. But as you see, there is more than one available. And in that case, we show that you can choose. So for example, if someone prefers, they can choose Spanish one and the Spanish one will load. So now the shape tree descriptions were loaded for Spanish as well as access need descriptions for Spanish because they're available. We come back to English and there you go. So one can, if there are no ones available for the UI, one can just choose ones that are available. And again, it will be only the ones that are common for the shape tree descriptions and access descriptions. And as I said, there is a localization project. It's hosted on a weblet. You can find link directly in the app or on a SAI.js README. And here you can go to authorization UI and you can help with translation. If you are logged in, you should be able to propose new language. Otherwise, if the language exists and there are missing translation strings, here everything is translated, but you can still browse it and suggest improvements. So these are all the translations and you can start with any one of them and suggest improvements if you think there's a better way of translating that. Also, what's interesting, if you go through some of those strings, you will see that many of them have a screenshot available. So this will allow you to see the context for the translation. And there are not all of them that have screenshot available, but many of them will. So I think there should be a little more. Yeah, so as you can see here, for example, there's a string to help translating the project, and there's a screenshot where in the app there are shown. So for most of them, you will see that those strings are available in a specific part of the application. So yeah, I would invite everyone to contribute translations in your language and also use the authorization agent and deploy it locally for your local community.